Hello, and welcome to the second episode of Back to the Toy Shelf. On this episode, we're going to be taking a look at the Godzilla figures from Imperial, Bandai, and Trendmasters. To start off, we're going to be looking at the Godzilla toy lines from Trendmasters. Alright, so the first toys we're going to be taking a look at are the 1994 bendy toys of Godzilla and Mechagodzilla. Now, the problem I have with these are the Mechagodzilla figure, no matter what you do, will not stand. He always falls down. There's not much to say about these two figures in the way of they look good, but they are the bendy figures, so there's not much articulation. Godzilla figure stands fine. It's just Mechagodzilla, because of how short his tail is, it sticks up off the floor and tilts him forward, and he always falls. So, that's all I can really say about these two figures. Next up, I have, as well, 1994 figures of Godzilla and Mechagodzilla, the plastic figures. These ones I've had since I was a kid. I love these figures. There's not much articulation at all, actually, but I do really like the sculpts of the figures. They're nice for display pieces, and they're just really cool looking. And there's not much to say about it. Mechagodzilla does come apart, though. I don't know if it was on purpose or if it was just badly made like that. But, that's all I have to say about these two figures. Next up is 1994, the Godzilla playset. I don't actually have any of the figures for these. So, again, there goes that, part of this. The ones that I really want to talk about are the ones that come later in this. But, so I do like the way that it looks like Godzilla's head whenever it's closed, and then opens up into the full playset. These are pretty hard to come by nowadays. So, that's all I have to say about these ones. And the last ones I have by Trendmasters are the two minifigures of Mothra and Godzilla. Again, they look nice, they're nice display pieces, but other than that, there's not much else to say about them. So, as far as Trendmaster goes, they're good for display pieces, but other than that, unless you are a big collector and you don't really want to play with them, you just want to put them up on a shelf, then Trendmaster figures are for you. But now, if you want to play with them, Bandai is the one that you want to get. I'm a big collector of Godzilla, so any figures at all are good for me. But these ones are great. I love the Bandai Godzilla line. So, I guess I'll talk about Mothra first. Mothra looks great. This is the rainbow winged Mothra. Mothra looks great. The sculpt and everything, there's so much detail on it, and it looks great. This is the 2002 Mothra, and it looks great. I love it. Next up is the 2009 Godzilla, and again, I love him. There's articulation in the arms, in the legs, and in the back of the tail, and the head moves. It's great for posing him, and you can actually play with them. So it works on both collectors and just just somebody who wants to actually play with Godzilla figures. It works on both levels. Next is the 2009 Gigan, the Mecha Gigan. This is a giant figure. They also made in this line a Godzilla and a Mechagodzilla. And there's a lot of articulation in this, surprisingly. The head kind of moves. The arms move up and down, and his blades you can twist in 360 degrees. His legs move, and you can move the tail. Usually whenever you have figures that are this big, there's not that much articulation in them, because they're usually made just for display pieces. But these figures you can actually play with, which makes them twice as cool. So, if you are a Godzilla fan, like I am, these are a must pick up. They are in Toys R Us currently. Small ones are $20, and the large ones, like Gigan, are, I believe, $25. So if you're a Godzilla collector or a fan at all, then these ones are a must pick up. Now the last figure I have is the Imperial Godzilla. This came out in 1985 by the brand Imperial, obviously. And this is the classic Godzilla look. This is the only kind you would see whenever his skin was green, and the front of him was black, and his lips were completely red. Nowadays, these are pretty hard to come by, and depending on where you get them from, a little bit expensive. But, definitely worth it for any Godzilla collector. Not the greatest looking one by today's standards, but I still think it's great and I love it. There's articulation in the arms moving up and down, same thing with the legs, and there's minimal articulation in the tail, you can twist it. So, I mean, for a figure, this was the only Godzilla type figure in 1985 that you could have for Godzilla. So, I hope you enjoyed my look at all the Godzilla figures that I happen to own. And, as always, if you have anything that you wish to donate to me, I will gladly take it and do a review on it and give you a shout out if you want me to, or anything like that. So, if you have something to donate, leave a comment below or send me a private message through YouTube and I will get back to you within a day or two. So, until next time, my figures are going. They don't really have a toy shelf, so they kind of sit on here, but they're going back to the place where they usually sit. So until next time, guys.